Hey, all you foodies and ghoulies out there. You can find Slice of the Paranormal anywhere podcasts are found, or you can watch us on our YouTube channel.
Hey, hello there. Welcome to another episode of Slice of the Paranormal podcast, where we talk about paranormal things. We go to these places, we check them out, we eat local pizza. How fast was that?
That's pretty good. That's pretty fast.
I'm Ryan of the Riot Variety. This is my friend Christy over here. She's
Hello.
a co-host on this show. And then our resident historian / nerd is Steven over there on the other side of the table.
Mm-hmm.
Hola, everyone.
And that's what we do.
Yeah.
Before we get started today, guys. Oh, what, Christy?
No, I was just going to say thank you to Cup of Code, guys.
Oh, yeah.
That's all.
Always thank the Cup of Code guys. Christy, I know you know ear candles.
Yes.
Are you a fan of ear candles?
So back in the day, I was a huge proponent of
Right.
the ear candling. I was amazed at what you could get out.
Sure.
Or what appeared that, like you were getting out. I haven't done it in years, though.
Fair enough. Steven, have you heard anything? Do you know about these things?
I also was a fan in the beginning. I am not a fan anymore.
Yeah, so I was kind of the same way. Like, I did it back in the day. I remember doing it with Christy, and we were like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
I can hear it crackle and all this. And then a friend of mine last night, a friend and her husband were over at the house, and she's talking about her ears clogged up, and Rochelle's like, I have ear candles, which I was like, okay, my girlfriend has ear candles that I did not know about for 5 years. Awesome. So she whips them out, and she's got 5. So her and her friend each do one ear. And they're looking at the results, and they're looking at it. It's all this muck and gross stuff and whatnot, and it's a whole process. And then Rochelle's like, I don't know. And her friend's like, I actually do think I hear a little bit better. I feel a little bit less clogged or whatever. So I was like, we got 5. Can I have that 5th one? And while you do your second ear, I'm going to ear candle my knee.
What?
Exactly. I was going to be the control.
Oh, you were going to see if you got gunk.
Yeah, let's see what happens if I just candle my knee.
I like it.
So I had to lift it up a little bit to get the air to move through, move quicker. But just heads up, same results.
Oh, really? Still gunk?
Same results.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what actually got me out of it, was the fact that it doesn't do anything. You can ear candle a clean glass and get the same gunk on the inside of the ear candles.
But what I was telling Rochelle is, I'm a fan of faith. I'm a fan of believing in things enough that they actually do help you feel better.
Like a placebo effect almost.
If it helps you feel better, I don't care.
Right.
I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum. If that's what you're into, I do it. I'm just telling you the results I got were the same with my knee as the inside of an ear. It's a pretty clean knee, just saying.
Yeah, I agree. I think that maybe you think it works, so it works.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that, right? It's like prayer, right? The more energy you put into stuff, the more that stuff actually can manifest. I believe in that stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I think Christy even talked about the one time we all can fly, apparently, if we just believed it enough, right? Is that you saying that? Yeah.
I don't think it was, but
something like that.
Maybe not on air. We had talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Stephen, where are we today?
Well, we're actually in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. We went to the great river town of Columbia to see the market house.
Beautiful big market house.
Beautiful big market house, and because it also has a dungeon. Now
that's why we went there. So Columbia, it does. It sits like near York, Lancaster area.
Yeah, I mean, it's where we're at is actually 15 South 3rd Street in Columbia, and we got to tour the market house dungeon with Rick Fisher.
Yeah.
Now,
very nice of him to spend time with us that day.
Extremely nice, and it was a great experience because this is the oldest market house in Lancaster County.
Oh.
And
you wouldn't think that looking at it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It was built in 1869 by this guy named Robert Crane.
Okay.
And it sports a haunted dungeon, so of course that sparked my interest. Now, we got the tour by Rick Fisher, who is an author. He's a paranormal investigator. He's into shamanic and ninjutsu
Okay.
practicing.
Rock and roll.
So like this guy has done everything, and I like to point out that Rick Fisher's been ghost hunting and checking out paranormal cryptids and UFOs before many of the so-called famous investigators were alive.
Yeah, he's done his time.
You know, he's been doing this since the 70s.
He's official in my book.
He is. And also a great guy. Very down to earth.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe what a nice guy.
How about it?
I know. I told him when we arranged this, I was like, "Hey, we're gonna come, and we're leaving Gettysburg. This is when we're gonna arrive." He's like, "Oh, I have quarters for the
quarters for the parking meter.
for the parking meter." I was like, "Oh man."
He's not even there that day. He met us in there just to hang out for a couple hours. It was so nice of him.
Correct. And it's like I couldn't have him pay our parking fee because we wanted to do this to help him because he's doing some great things for the Market House Dungeon.
Right.
And I want to draw attention to what he's doing there and what he does in the paranormal field. I mean,
So not to confuse our listeners, though, because we're talking about the Market House, yes, but underneath the Market House
is what was originally meant to be storage areas for farmers to store product.
back in the late 1800s.
At least
1900s.
1869.
Okay.
So just after the Civil War. But the town of Columbia realized that, hey, you know, our jail gets filled up and we need an overflow area. So the storage area is quickly adopted to being a dungeon / extra jail.
Yeah.
And
Like
it's
holding
not-
cells.
Like a holding cell. It's not meant to be the long-term prisoner storage.
Right.
But if you are out drinking in town and they need to rest you for the night, that's where they're going to put you. You know?
I have a picture of like the recreation up here right now, so you can kind of see what it might have looked like back then.
So is it the one with the
just the cot, like what
the
he's
wood
trying
stove?
to do. Just a little bench and a cot and just a room.
Oh, okay. So that's the basic
The recreation
cell.
room,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now there's the one room that had the wood stove in it. That was the
the guards room.
guards room.
Oh, the wood stove. I remember that one.
And
Yep.
Yeah.
the interesting thing about that room is you can see a narrow window at the end of the cell. And when the market house was being utilized and they had to arrest someone, they didn't want to bring him through the market house. They would just shove him down that hole.
Like a coal chute,
like
kinda.
a coal chute, but it'd be
From the street.
From the street.
Yeah.
They just shove him down there.
That's a good 6-8 foot drop there.
I hope they went feet first.
Meh.
You know.
They were
Yeah,
drunk.
because you're right. There was a drop off.
It wasn't low.
Yeah. I would. You're right. About 5 feet,
Yeah,
6
at
feet off.
least.
Yeah, the top of the window
Yeah.
is literally the top of the cell.
And it was in all of the cells.
Yeah, every one of them
chutes.
had-
Every cell had a window, but all the other windows had bars.
Right.
So that was the
That
only
was the
one that
only-
you could
'cause it
actually
was the-
slip a person through.
For the heater.
Yeah.
Because it used to be used for coal.
Yeah.
And he said, and Rick said that room was probably where the night watchman stayed.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
Well, that makes sense too. Like if you were saying it used to be used for like storage of like grain, perhaps. That would make sense that they would have something from street level, like a coal chute, you know, like a
exactly.
grain
Oh, yeah,
chute
yeah.
to go into the cells. I did have a question. So I noticed, so we're in the market house and it's a building. However, the ground is slanted. You're like on a hill when you're inside the building.
I didn't notice that.
You guys didn't notice that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah. The ground is not level inside.
We should have taken like a
I didn't
ball
notice
with
that
us.
at all.
Yeah, no, it's completely like
Like a little
slanted.
slant.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
well,
whole
the town
thing.
kind of sits on a slant.
Right. So I was wondering, was it like an open air market place first, and then they put a roof over it?
It did start out as an open air market.
That makes sense because, like I said, it was
And then-
completely. I can't believe you guys didn't notice that.
No, not even close.
Wow.
I mean, we didn't walk the whole thing. We only went in maybe a third of the way.
Yeah, but like all the tables like were slanted and
No,
everything.
no.
You guys didn't even notice
I had a drink.
that.
I didn't even notice. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally missed
Yeah.
it. Now, that was your guys' first time getting to meet Rick Fisher.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
But I met him years ago
Mm-hmm.
because he used to have a museum down in Columbia, which was amazing, and you guys would have loved.
Oh, this is why. Yep. I
He
know
had
what
the museum. It was called the National Museum of Mysteries and Research Center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right up
And
our alley.
I think I sent you pictures of the things that were in there.
I don't know.
Or maybe not. I'm not sure. But in this museum,
No.
He had Bigfoot castings. He had paranormal equipment. I mean, his paranormal equipment goes back to the days when you couldn't go to the ghost stop and order anything.
Right.
You didn't. There were no dead bells. It was you modifying actual equipment for a ghost hunter's purpose.
That's really cool.
So,
And it's not like you could just get on YouTube and figure out how to do that.
No.
Right.
It's not like you have a wealth of people around you that are into that same thing usually either. So you're really doing the
Yeah.
work if you're
correct.
ghost
I
hunter
mean,
back then.
we have the luxury of digital recorders now.
Yeah.
But back then, it was reel to reel. Recording.
Sure.
And what did someone famous said, to be a good ghost hunter, all you need is a good pair of sneakers, a notebook, and a flashlight.
There you
and that's
go.
all you really need to be a ghost hunter.
I will say this.
Maybe a backup battery is just
Yeah, that'd be good.
The more years as the decades go on that I've been doing ghost hunting, in the beginning you start out, you buy all the equipment, and I mean I have a ton of equipment.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the older you get, the less equipment you decide is necessary.
Yeah, you get your
Sure.
favorites too. Like
you get
the
your
ones,
favorites. There's
Yeah.
some of the older ghost hunters that I know take sparse equipment because they've realized that you yourself is one of the most valuable pieces of equipment that you
Right.
have.
yeah.
Your senses, your ability to take notes and record things, a good camera, a good recorder, that's
And with the flashlight, you can do that thing where you like twist off the
Oh, yeah.
thing and like they can just touch it to communicate.
yeah, make it super sensitive. But it's such a depressing thing that this museum no longer exists.
Yeah.
He I forget what happened. Like the owner of the site, I don't know if they raised the price or wanted
Just
a
wasn't
new
feasible.
business there. But once he closed that down, it's never reopened up again. But when I talk about his research center, there was a wall of like books that he would let people come in and just read.
I
And,
like that. I like that it's called the research center
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
not just oddities and stuff.
And when it
Yeah, or museum or collective.
yeah, it's
when
a
he's talking
research
about
center.
like
that's cool.
cryptids, I mean, he had newspaper articles from like the Mothman case
Yeah,
or
that's awesome.
Bigfoot stuff, and you could actually physically see the newspapers. And there's something about that
Yeah.
to me, it shows he has real serious interest in the topics, and to preserve those articles, so that people like me could just walk in and read them.
Well,
Yeah.
just like you, looking for the real stuff, looking for not just the stories, but who is this? Why? When? Who's else is involved? Why could this have happened? I like that.
Yeah, he did a lot of deep diving into a lot of the theories and even like metaphysical type stuff with like the Mothman case or
We gotta do Mothman.
Yeah.
It's coming.
well, I actually have pictures from going through his museum, and he actually had parts of the Silver Bridge.
Oh, that's cool.
Like he went out there
Yeah.
and traipsed in the water and got a piece of the Silver Bridge, which is something a geek like me would totally want.
I can see it in your eyes right now.
I'm like,
You're
man, I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
I'd be the first guy to be. But when we went to Wrightsville, I was like trying to find the closest place to park so I could walk out and get a piece of the Wrightsville Bridge that connects to Columbia.
Right.
Because in 1863, the Union burned it down to keep the Confederates from attacking Harrisburg.
Bring
So
that back for my brick collection.
I would have a rock if I could get down there.
Now, see, if you use those things like in like a brick patio or like a brick wall, that would be cool. But where
that's
do you
what
put all this stuff?
My dream
Your
is
poor wife.
if I built a small building with all the bricks I have from all these haunted locations.
Yeah.
How haunted would that one location
Whoa.
be? Like, would it be?
Be like a reverse Faraday cage or something. You know
Yeah,
what I
like
mean? Like
bringing them
just-
all.
Come in
Yeah.
here to meet the demons.
Right.
I don't know.
You'd have all of them. You'd have the Pennhurst
Now we got to
people.
find out.
Oh, well, we need to get me more bricks. All
right.
And we could find a plot of land,
Mission accepted.
and we will build a little shelter of haunted brick.
If we come to your establishment, we won't steal a brick Probably.
But if you want to give us one, we'll take it.
Yes.
You'll be adding to the cause.
Now at Tops. Seriously Dark and Decaf. The dark roasts your mornings are waiting for.
Rick has been researching this stuff literally his whole life.
Paranormal stuff.
Paranormal stuff. I mean, he saw his grandfather's ghost at the age of 7, and that kind of
Set his life
on this interest into the paranormal. While in the Army, he was stationed in Europe in the 1970s, and while he was in Europe, he would travel around to castles to kind of look for ghosts.
Yeah.
And he is also the founder of the Paranormal Society of Pennsylvania.
Nice.
So
Very cool.
he's got a lot of street cred.
Yeah.
So, and I personally regard his book, Ghost of River Towns, as essential reading for anyone that's into Lancaster County, or especially Columbia County or places like Marietta.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of the lore that I talk about when it comes to Columbia or Marietta or the Susquehanna comes directly from him. You know, it's that one book that kind of opened up that window to that town to me. So, and he also started the Albert Witch Festival.
Yeah.
Which we're going to do an episode on.
Yeah,
the
we'll
Albert
talk
Witch
about that another time.
at another point. But they have he's in charge of the Columbia Albert Witch Harvest Festival, which happens in September. So look it up on Facebook.
This will be out before then for sure.
Yeah, so look it up and follow it, because he's been doing the Albert Witch Festival for years. So this is just another year of another festival.
There you go.
And he said he petitioned to get it to be the official cryptid of, was it Lycoming County or Lancaster County?
Lancaster, yes,
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
It is now the official cryptid of
Yeah.
Lancaster County.
That's really neat.
So, back to the dungeon.
Back to the dungeons.
Rick leads us down
Yeah.
the steps into the dungeon, and like I said, it was a storage area for farmers, and
I mean, it really is a dungeon. We went down these. They're nicer now, but still,
It's like,
steep,
watch your
crookedy
head.
Steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no light. Watch your head. You get
Hold
down
on.
there, and it's just carved out of stone. It's just carved out of big
it was
stone.
brick.
Brick.
It was brick. What we see
Heavy stuff.
is lime coated brick.
Right.
What it originally would have been was brick arched storage areas. And in each of the cells, there's those metal bars that are part of the structural
Right.
part of the
like
building.
the tension bars, I think.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
so it
exactly right.
Yep.
Tension bars that are in
So they
each
can
of
tighten and
the
loosen them. It was crazy.
So those would be running across the ceiling.
Straight through the rooms themselves.
Yes,
It's part of
yeah.
the original
each of
structure
the cells
of the
has
building.
one of the tension bars running across.
Which, again, I'm not going to say the word, but does make it very easy to do something if you catch my drift.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have the bars already there
Setting you
for
up.
it. Yeah.
Now, fortunately, this is a holding cell, so it's not for long-term prisoners.
Right.
Right.
Because if you're just getting arrested for being drunk, you're probably getting out the next day.
Right.
So-
Most of the people that were in here were not in for a long time. They were in here for a night or two, possibly,
Yeah, right.
until they
Correct.
could go to the next place.
Exactly. So it was just a small thing.
And there was no electric down there.
No.
He said until electric? Yeah, like that. 1970s, I think he said, is when
Yeah.
they came in. They were doing some electric for the top, and they had to light themselves down
So they
or
could see
plumbing
what
or
they were
something.
doing.
Just to see what they were doing, they had
Yeah.
to put electric down
Okay,
there.
yeah,
And
I
that's when he
remember
put
saying
something
that.
like that. I think it was the 70s.
So it would have been like
100 years
just
after that.
Yeah.
old lanterns would have
Yep.
been there, and more than likely, from what he said, only the guard cell had a lantern,
Like light.
Yeah.
and that the rest of them, they would have gotten the only light from those little windows.
From that sliver
Which
of
he said
window.
was like a tiny little
It's a sliver.
area.
And
Yeah.
I could imagine maybe they would have lit the hallway.
Maybe.
So
yeah.
maybe they could have seen some light creeping through the door, but they would have not had much light
Right.
at all. Now, he was showing off like the site once to a news reporter, and I think he may have said WGAL. I'm not
That
sure.
sounds familiar.
They were in the solitary confinement cell. You guys remember that one? That was the one with all the metal.
Metal. I have that.
Sheets of metal on the door, on the walls. And Christy, you know all about heavy
Tin, he
doors.
said it was. It was tin.
I mean, I've whacked Christy with a heavy couple hundred pound door. And this is one of those doors that if I was
thick.
to whack someone with, it's a heavy door.
Yeah.
This one didn't move very quick though. It was
No.
heavy.
And Rick showed us. He literally grabbed the door and showed us how hard it was to move.
Yeah, it took some effort.
It was not light.
Much more than the one you bashed Christy
So
with.
he's talking about the much lighter than the one I beat.
Yeah.
her with.
Easier to move at least.
So he's giving the tour of the dungeons like Rick has done hundreds of times.
Right. You can tell he's given these speeches a lot of times.
He has. He's also been the main guy doing the research of these cells. And you said about him doing restoration work. You know, the guard cell's the one that has most of the stuff, but each of the cells he's trying to get to look like it did. So he
knows the history of each cell. Like he knows all of it. It's so cool.
Oh yeah. Rick definitely knows his stuff. So great guy, great historian.
He does these tours, so go check him out. Like he does them.
He does them on Saturdays when the market house is open.
Yeah.
So go check it out. And he also gives the tours on when they do the Albert Witch Festival. He does dungeon tours.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's on the hour, every hour, because I know he's
involved in a lot.
He's involved in like the speakers getting there and talking, and you'll see him everywhere. So back to this, reporter. When he's showing off this room to the reporter, that door opened completely by itself.
That heavy door.
Yeah.
That's not easy to move.
It's not easy to
While they were doing the interview, just started opening.
And, he showed us, he left us move the door. It's not going to be pushed by
A breeze.
air. There's no breeze.
There's no breeze.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing
But even
down
if
there.
there were, it wouldn't move that door.
And correct me if I'm wrong, the air down there is very still.
You're wrong.
Wrong.
Oh,
Sorry.
you guys are just saying I'm wrong.
You said
You're wrong.
You said we could say it.
I did say you.
All right. It doesn't matter
No,
what you said.
what did
You're
you
gonna say
really-
wrong. Yeah.
But did you feel any air movement down there?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
It's very like a lot of basements. It's very still. So
Dank.
now I asked Rick while we were down there. I was like, "Well, have you personally experienced any ghost lore?" And he's like, he did have a woman claim to have had her arms grabbed behind her back.
Right.
Well, he's giving a tour, right?
No,
And,
it was they were doing like a haunted thing.
Oh,
Like,
that's right. They had a haunted.
So each of the
fundraiser.
cells, so you'd get to walk down the hallway and look in the cells, and
And a
it was one
local
of the
personality.
actors. It was one of the actors who was in one of the cells, was getting ready for people to come down, and she felt someone grab her from behind.
Like both her arms or
Yeah.
something. And then she had marks on her arms, didn't she?
Correct.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah, so creepy.
Now, Rick is down there all the time, and he's like, I really haven't had a lot of experiences
Yeah.
down here.
Right.
But other people have. And I'll get to some of that a little later on, the other people. But I wanted to talk a little bit about, all the famous people that have, been incarcerated in these freaking dungeons.
He had a cool little
like
area where he talked about the people that had been there.
yeah, when you walk down the hallway in between the cells, he has newspaper articles hanging,
Yeah.
and pictures of some of the people that were held there to just illustrate some of the stories, because the records are lost. He said they got burned in a fire.
Yep.
So he wanted his way of researching the dungeon is through the newspaper.
Newspaper. Yep.
So I'm going to hand it off to you, Christy.
Okay.
You'd looked up one of the famous people there.
So Rick was really excited to let us know about the Buzzards, the Buzzard Brothers or the Buzzard Gang that had
Buzzard
been there.
Gang.
Yeah, and I hadn't heard of them before. Had you guys?
Never had.
No.
Okay,
And he
well,
called him the what?
well, it's basically like the Billy Kid of the West.
The Billy Kid.
Billy the Kid of the West. I mean, these guys. So they unfortunately. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself, but they should have been as notorious as the robbers of the Old West. You know,
Right.
they should have
like the
been.
Jesse
They were
James
East
guy.
Coast or what?
Right. Well, yes, they were in the Welsh Mountains, and it was. So the Welsh Mountains was pretty much like a melting pot. So like escaped slaves would go and live there, Native Americans, and poor white families, and they all kind of lived together and got along really well.
Okay.
But they were very much poor, very like really poor living conditions.
We're talking about Pennsylvania, like in this area?
Welsh Mountains near
Columbia?
Lancaster and Columbia.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, it was a 6 brothers and 2 sisters.
Dang. So they were a gang.
Yeah, but now not much is known about the sisters. The Buzzard
The Buzzer Brothers.
The Buzzard brothers were Martin, John, Abe, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph.
Oh.
Their dad was actually killed in the Civil War. So then their mom is left to raise all these kids by herself in this horrible
Heathens.
area. Not a really horrible area, but they were just poor. You know, they didn't
Sure.
they didn't have fresh water. They didn't have anything. So actually the mom is the first one who actually starts committing crime in this family. She goes to a store and she gets caught stealing sausage, apple butter, and lard.
Dang.
Just stuff to feed her kids. She gets sentenced.
She gets caught too.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. You know that
She
on
admitted
Mother's
it.
Day, crime rates drop.
Oh.
And it's all because mothers are too busy hanging out with their kids to commit crimes.
Ah, so more opportunity to catch people.
It's probably the same for Father's Day, too.
Maybe.
It might be the similars.
But okay, so another thing is since their dad was killed in the Civil War, they were sent, a lot of these kids, and they don't really know which ones, but probably for sure Abe and Isaac were sent to PA orphan schools.
Oh.
And Pennsylvania is one of the first states to actually have those.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So they went to like Paradise Orphan School and something else, another one. So they were only like 10 and 14 when their mom stole the food, and she had to serve 6 months.
Dang.
Yeah, 6 months for that.
Holy crap. You got kids at home.
Right? And it's like, well.
So that's why the
but-
kids end up in the orphanage.
Right. Well, also it was because they were allowed to go because their father was Civil War.
So they were,
you know,
okay.
so they were able to go. But then when they were 10 and 14, so it would have been Martin and Abe, I think. Oh, no, it was Abe and Jacob. So they stole food. They were only 14 and 10 years old because their mom was probably locked up. They had, you know, so they.
And they needed to eat.
Right. So they're only 10 and 14
Crazy.
years old. So they steal food.
Yeah.
They get caught.
Dang. This family is bad at stealing.
And back then, kids could go to jail.
Whoa.
So Abe went to jail for 10 days and Jacob went for 10 hours.
That's crazy.
Depending on age, probably.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
Jail, though, not the dungeon.
I'm not sure. It was unclear about that.
Oh,
Like
okay.
they could have been just in that holding cell. I would kind
Dang.
of think when they were kids that would have been more appropriate because they weren't
Shove 'em
keeping
down the
their,
hole.
like they're not going to put them with all the men in jail, you know, or in the prisons. They might just keep them for
Yeah.
just like 10 hours and 10 days or whatever.
Well, it looks like they were there when it was older, maybe, though.
Yeah. So like this kind of starts their path to crime, and the brothers, they all kind of get involved, except for the one brother. He becomes like a Mormon and doesn't really get involved, and the other one, John and Jacob, he dies at age 33, so he's not involved in a lot of it. So it's mostly just Martin, Abe, Isaac, and Joseph.
Okay.
And so they're in and out of prisons, Lancaster County Prison, even Eastern State Penitentiary, they go in and out of a couple times. But
Yeah.
they stayed, they were at the Columbia Market House dungeons as holdings, you know, for one of their encounters to one of the jails. They were in and out so many times I couldn't tell you exactly when it was.
Wow.
Because they would get caught. They got
They'd escape, it looks like.
yeah. Do you want to hear about one of the best prison? You
Sure, they
I
escaped?
bet Steve knows about it.
Prison
but-
break.
I probably do.
It was one of the most creative ways to escape prison. Let's
do it.
So I think it was Isaac. He was allowed to have
Ike.
a bird in jail. Yeah.
Right, as you're allowed to normally
Yeah.
have a bird in jail.
So
Yeah,
Isaac
of course.
was allowed
I've
to
seen
have
Shawshank Redemption.
a canary. So they found that. So the canary actually ended up laying eggs, and the babies hatched, and she had little baby chicks.
Okay.
So Isaac gave the chicks to, I think it was Martin, or it
Another
could have
brother?
been, one of the other brothers, who was, in a cell down the road from her, or down the lane from her.
Right.
And
There's only like 5 or 6, right? Was there?
there's 4 brothers that are
So
actively.
they're filling up this whole dungeon.
No, it's just 2 brothers
Oh,
in,
okay.
in here at this point. 2 of the brothers, and it's Isaac and Abe, I'm pretty sure. They find that if they separate the mom from the babies, the mom bird's going to go back and check on the baby birds and then come back. Well, let's give my brother the baby birds, and I'll keep mom bird. So they were actually like tying messages
Oh yeah.
to the canary
Hell yeah.
to send messages to each other to orchestrate a
Now
prison
that's a
break.
tweet.
Yeah, it is a tweet. So then one night, one of them says to the guard, "Oh, this was also a night of a big boxing match that was in the area." So a lot of the guards had actually left the prison to go watch this fight. So there was only like one guard and a guard dog on duty. So they distract the guard somehow by saying, like, my bird needs to go check on the babies or whatever. He opens the door. He grabs the guard, knocks him out, throws him in his
my
own
gosh.
cage, locks him in. Then they proceed to let out 10 other prisoners.
Right.
And they go to leave the prison, and there's a dog there. And unfortunately, they beat the dog.
Aw.
The dog dies 2 weeks later. His name was
Aw.
I know, I felt really bad for Bruno.
Rough.
Don't hurt dogs.
But you gotta say, the creativity of using a canary to pass messages.
smart.
Pretty darn smart.
You're saying poor and uneducated, but sounds like they're pretty smart.
I didn't really know if they were uneducated, probably
would
in that
assume.
area. But one thing they always kind of maintain, one of them goes on to become a preacher at one point.
Dang.
And this is after being in jail. I think this was
Ah,
Martin
yes.
or Abe. Again.
Oh yeah, he told
Everyone
us that
turns
story.
to religion.
Yeah.
Well, he told that story, right?
Yeah, and he actually went on like a tour of churches, but his buddies would be like stealing.
He'd say,
breaking into
"Can I
people's-
come speak? I have,
Yeah.
I'm a changed man. Can I come speak at your congregation?" And the pastor or preacher would be like, "Well, sure, that's
Yeah.
a great idea. Come." And as they were doing that, they knew what houses to go to.
His gang would go break into the other houses.
Yeah, I remember Rick telling us that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, I heard that he was stealing the Bibles too. from the
I'll take this.
church.
Take this with me too.
That is back in the day when there were such things as Bible salesmen.
But these guys really did so they kind of started off as chicken thieves and ended as chicken thieves. Like during their heyday, though, they did major crimes. They
Which is
broke
weird
in,
for a name Buzzard.
right?
That's
Chicken
weird.
thieves. But they broke into people's homes, held them at gunpoint. They even shot a guy, Isaiah. Oh, I remembered his name. He was an 85-year-old guy. Shot him in the head. He survived.
Just to rob them.
Just to rob him like $600 he got from him or
Aw.
something like that. Which by today's standards would be like $11,000 or something like that.
Yeah, back then it would have been a lot more.
Right. But they broke into jewelry stores. They stole gold
If you're
and silver
escaping
watches.
prison, you're doing whatever you want.
Yeah.
You're doing whatever you want.
But
Yeah.
You have no worries.
you gave me this little, research, look into the buzzards and see who they are. And really it is, I was shocked to learn how much they did, at
and how
one
little
point
we all know about them.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows Jesse James, Billy the Kid, all that. The one difference is they never murdered anybody. They shot at people. They tried to kill people. They weren't successful, but they never actually caused the death of someone else.
The Buzzard family easily could be a full episode.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
cool.
I
Based
could
on
see
their
a Hollywood
exploits.
movie made.
That's really cool.
About this family. It's so
so-
interesting. At one point, I think the only other name in the Lancaster County newspaper that was mentioned more than Abe Buzzard was the president of the United States.
Wow.
So he was very well known. He got recognized in Chicago. Got recognized in New York. When they went to New York City, it was either Abe or Ike, I think. When they went to New York City, the police called the police in New York City, to give them a heads up.
Oh my God.
So these were, it was a very infamous family. When later in years, they resorted back to kind of petty thievery because that's what they knew, and they were institutionalized. They spent more life inside prison.
Speaking of
than
that,
out.
I remember Rick telling us that when Ike was finally left out of prison, that he didn't want to leave. And
Oh, he said, I got nowhere to go.
I got
right?
nowhere to go.
Where am I
And,
supposed to go?
They're like, it's not our problem. And he went out and committed a crime to just
to
get
come
arrested.
back. Yep.
And then interestingly,
That's
so
right.
along with that, he was always really annoyed. Ike was that he was misquoted. But people thought he wanted to go back to prison. But what he said it was that the food at Eastern State Penitentiary was better than the Lancaster County
funny.
prison. So that's where that kind of got
Oh,
morphed
okay.
from. And that always bothered him. Now, again, this is just, from the research I did.
Hearsay
But,
or whatever.
But yeah, I mean, this guy did a whole speech on the family. It was he
That's
really
knew
cool.
his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buzzards.
But also
known.
they kind of always maintained, and even when he was a preacher, I read his whole sermon that he would give, and basically they're maintaining that like, yeah, we did a lot of bad shit, but we're actually good people still.
Right. They believed the
know,
whole time they
yeah.
were good people.
So, and I do kind of feel that way though, that they were a product of their environment.
Oh, yeah, I
mom
think,
had to steal to survive. What else are the kids gonna do? And there's
Right.
nothing there for them to farm or
Yeah.
to do.
I agree.
So,
And there were no government programs back in those days to help people
Right.
right.
that were in that situation. You
Yeah,
didn't
exactly.
have like welfare or anything like that that
Mm-hmm.
could help lift them up
Step
out
in
of
and
out of
help the
poverty.
kids.
Yeah, they used to pride themselves on when they would steal horses to commit crimes, then they'd let the horses go.
Oh.
Because
okay.
back then, if you were a horse thief, that was a hangable offense.
Oh.
So they would no, we were just borrowing them. They would just let them go.
Oh,
That's
gee.
crazy.
Yeah.
I also have, the other guys that stayed in there, can I do one, Steve?
Yeah, go for it.
So my guy is John L. Sullivan. He's a heavyweight boxer. Let me pull up the picture. There we go. He was known as the Boston Strong Boy.
Strong boy.
I guess so. Boston Strong Boy. He was the heavyweight champion of bare knuckle boxing from 1882 to 1892. So he was an inaugural heavyweight champion in gloved boxing in 1893. He visited Colombia and had way too much to drink and was put in the dungeon. So put a boxer down there. I guess when you have too much to drink, shove him down the coal hole, right?
I wouldn't want to be the officer that had to arrest him.
No, he's all, in the picture, he's all punching. He's all looking, I'm a punch. When he visited again in 1894, he stayed sober in order to avoid the dungeon. So he learned his lesson. He wasn't going back in the dungeon again.
And I guess Rick did say that he also got involved in the temperance movement against drinking.
The boxer did.
Yeah.
The boxer did.
So it
yeah.
changed him.
The dungeon.
The
changed
dungeon
him,
Scared him straight.
Whoa.
And this is obviously a tough guy.
Yeah.
Bare knuckle
Yeah.
boxing.
I mean, look at his mustache.
They're the ones that stand like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, his pants alone. You got to be a strong guy to wear them.
Pull those off.
Yeah.
Now, I love the whole fact that there's these famous people, and my favorite famous person
I
to
know
be
who it
arrested
is.
Yeah.
and thrown in the dungeon is a man named Thomas Edison, best known for the light bulb here in
Oh, yeah.
Norrie, because we have Sunbury where he did
Yeah.
the 3-wire lighting system.
That's right.
But he was arrested in 1894 for driving too fast.
He must have been cruising.
He was driving a blistering speed of 20 miles per hour.
Oh, throw him in the dungeon.
I know.
Throw him in the dungeon.
Throw away the key.
Yeah,
Get rid of
that's
this guy.
way too fast.
So Officer Campbell detained him in that dungeon until he found out who it was. So I don't think he actually spent the night in the dungeon.
Was that before or after he invented the light bulb?
Was he like, I know Tesla?
quick
I
reference.
think I'm pretty sure that's after. I think because I think
He invented a light bulb after he was in the dungeon?
no.
Oh, darn.
The light bulb came first.
Light bulb first.
Dungeon came afterwards,
Yeah.
but if I was him, I'd be very upset to know that it's not lit.
Right.
Yeah. I
You
can be
know.
like
What
this
am I
whole
making
dungeon.
these things for?
Yeah. So
Very famous.
now digging into some other ghost lore with the site, I actually toured the dungeons my first time after during an Albert Witch Festival,
Okay.
also with Rick Fisher, and in the one cell, you guys remember that there was the chain hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And those chains were not part of the dungeons. Those were Halloween decorations.
Right.
They leave them up because, they
Adds to the
effect.
Yeah.
But I actually watched one of those chains myself swaying in one of those rooms. And I watched it start swaying, maybe about 6-7 inches of a sway.
Wow.
And then calm down. And no one was near the chain.
Wow.
You didn't tell us that, Steve. That's cool.
I did not tell you that. Now, the other things I found out is someone said that there's a ghost named Andrew who is seen passing through the dungeon walls.
Oh.
There's a guy named Big John. Who haunts the site, and he was murdered in his cell.
Dang.
Which is crazy because his assailants were never identified. How? That's my question.
How do you not know who's in that
The
cell?
guard had to know.
Yeah,
somebody did, or did you just throw a bunch of people in a dungeon because they didn't know who they? Oh, whatever.
And then next to the market house, there's actually a little girl that's seen in the alley, and people will follow this little girl.
Yeah,
and she will walk around the corner and then just disappear. And she's been seen multiple times. This is not just once and done. This is several people, and people that live along that alley have seen the same girl in their homes.
Oh.
And
in their homes.
A gentleman named Chris Vera, who does the Albert Witch Festival.
Oh, okay.
We met him down at Decades.
Okay.
You and I did.
Yep.
He does the Albert Witch Festival in Wrightsville.
Okay.
He had claimed to see a dark mass, crawling up the walls in the dungeon.
Like a shadow person?
Like a shadow person. So, to me, that sounds more demonic than anything else. But it was very kind of creepy. And I want to point out that we aren't the first ghost hunters to go down there.
Sure.
Taps with, Jason Hawes, they've actually investigated the market house.
Oh, that's cool.
And the reason I really wanted to check this out is, yes, it's a haunted site. It's old. Rick Fisher's an iconic person to me in the industry. But I wanted to point this site out to our fans or the general public, because what Rick is trying to do is restore these, and he wants to add wooden floors to each of the cells.
Yeah,
maybe even get rid of the white wall washing and
restore the old brick.
Remember
he showed us that AI recreation of what it would look like if it was restored to its original just bricks.
Pretty cool.
It was very cool.
So he is trying to collect artifacts from the jail, old police stuff.
Yep.
And he's collecting money. He's locked up the local.
Well, he did this all on his own.
He's doing it all on his own.
This isn't from a grant or anybody else's. This is all his just passion.
This is his personal passion. And if we can help him at all, take this over the edge and get the money he needs to accomplish this, that'd be amazing. Because we've seen the cells that he's restored.
Yeah.
And how, that guard cell looks amazing. Imagine if all those cells look like that.
Well, and just the history of the people that have been in there and just the whole thing is really cool.
And, so he conducts tours of the site on Saturdays. By all means, go check it out. And he is, adding cots, period buckets, which was the bathroom back then. And
bathroom and bath.
Like I said, he'd like to. They had two buckets, one for washing, one for
the other.
And he wants to, preserve, rebuild those wooden floors. I forget how many thousands he said it would cost for each.
Oh, I don't remember.
But it's a lot of money. So feel free to reach out to the Columbia Market House and see how you can donate. In the links that we add to the description of this episode, at the very bottom is the Facebook page for the preservation of the dungeons.
So you can go right there.
And you can click right on that and talk with Rick, see how you can donate money or maybe even your time and effort. I mean, Rick's like me. I mean, we're older guys. You
Yeah.
know, he has cleanup parties that if people want to help him in restoring this.
Yeah, remember how he said he kept sweeping out that one room and he
Took him
couldn't stop.
forever.
Yeah, he'd sweep a little bit and it just
It's dirt
pull
floors.
up more. Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I can see why he wants wooden floors.
yeah, for sure.
But
But every room we walked in, he's like, "Watch your step.
watch your step.
Watch your step. Really watch your step in this room."
I think if our podcast can help that site
Sure.
in any way and draw people's attention to it,
Yeah.
I think we should. You know,
I talked to some people since we've been there, and people that know that area. My oldest brother included, and he's like, "I've been in the market house. I had no idea there was dungeons underneath.
Oh wow.
Had no idea."
really.
Yeah, and he knew exactly where I was talking about. So
Yeah, I mean, I've gone to market houses, like the ones locally aren't always the greatest. That one's a still thriving market house.
yeah, it was really cool
It's still very well attended.
for a small town.
And it's not like
Yeah.
the ones locally that are like, I don't want to say dirty, but they're outdoors. They're on rocks and
It's just
stones.
makeshift. Yeah, doing the best they can.
That having the market house, it's very clean and it seems
there's
more inviting.
restrooms. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
tables in the middle. Yeah,
Yeah, there's no porta potties and stuff like that.
very
so,
nice.
Yeah, if any of our guests want to reach out, let them know that Slice of the Paranormal sent you to Rick, and let Rick know where you heard about him.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
And support them.
Yeah.
Anything else from the dungeons, Mr. Steve?
No, I mean, the last thing we did in the dungeons was ask Rick where to go for pizza.
Oh, that's right.
Cup.
Oh,
Code.
This episode is brought to you by Cup of Code. Is your brand as hard to find as a reliable EVP recording? It's time to stop hiding in the shadows.
Cup of Code helps you haunt the high traffic roads across Pennsylvania, from State College to Wilkes-Barre, and even down to North Carolina. They put your business on giant digital billboards where thousands of folks can see you.
Right now, catch their biggest promotion yet. Buy 3 months of digital placement and get the 4th month free. Like a recurring spirit, your ad will be seen. This deal ends June 30th. Don't let your competition out-haunt you. Reserve your spot now at cupofcode.com.
Thanks, Cup of Code.
And he did have some suggestions. We took one of them. I think the other one wasn't open yet, or was farther away. It was a little farther away. This one was right close. It was Columbia Pizza Restaurant. Look at that, Columbia, Pennsylvania,
Can't forget that
429
name.
Locust Street, close to the Market House, and suggested by Rick Fisher. Small place and slightly sketchy, but the people were very nice. First pizza of the day: fresh hand-tossed large half cheese, half pepperoni, slice of the Paranormal, reg.
Yeah.
That's our special.
Yep.
Pizza came to the table fresh out of the oven, hot. Remember these two? We had 2 hot ass pizzas that day.
Yeah.
Like fresh from the oven. Well, Steven liked this one.
4.25.
4.25 out of 5. Great pizza that arrived hot as lava. When ordering, be prepared to let it rest to perfection before eating. Nice. This pizza tasted great and had some credible crust with the perfect amount of char. Oh no, part of mine's missing. Christy, 3.5 out of 5. Came to the table super duper hot. Oh, I like all the descriptions of hot. This is good. And we waited a few minutes before tasting it. I grabbed a cheese slice and tasted the crust first because it wouldn't burn my mouth with molten cheese. The crust had a nice umami flavor that I did enjoy, but for me, something didn't line up when eating the actual pizza part. I tried the
yeah.
pepperoni off of a piece, and it was so good. Tasted like the pepperoni I remember from my youth.
Yep.
I'm ghosting this place because it was very hot inside the place.
Yeah.
And kind of, a lot of yours depends on the temperature in the restaurant, and kind of sketchy.
it was a hot day, though.
It was a little sketchy up
was-
in there, though.
Yeah, and Jill and I were up pretty much all night in the Tilly Pierce house before eating
yeah.
this pizza.
True story.
So I'm on like an hour and a half of sleep at this point, eating pizza at what,
In our
11:30 in the
defense,
morning.
they gave us the good bed.
How's that your defense?
Yeah, no defense.
You left
Steve
the
feels
girls
bad about
sleep
it.
on the
Steve feels
bad
bad
beds.
about it. This is not the pizza that we did eat pizza that day that Christy could not eat. This was not that one.
Oh, okay.
No.
I gave it a 4.0 out of 5.
Oh, so that's better
Good
than
score,
Christie's.
right? Overall, it's a pretty nice score. I did not expect this to taste so good. It looked like a standard hand-tossed pie, but it had really good flavor. I think it was the crust. Cheese and sauce were solid. Definitely would haunt and go back. So I really like this place, Columbia Pizza Restaurant.
I liked it too. I mean, now when you said sketchy, like, is it because it had that huge step to get into it? Do you remember the step?
I do. I think the place just was kind of, remember, it was kind of like...
Not a lot of room.
There was tables across the back, but they weren't for customers. That was just where the workers hung out and maybe some of their family.
Yeah, because they used the bathroom. They're like, oh, just back the hall. And I felt like I was like walking through the kitchen.
You walked through the kitchen, you walked through a bunch more tables. It was crazy. But there's 3 tables up front that we all just scooch into. Everybody was very nice. I'm not saying that.
Oh, yeah.
And the pizza was awesome, but the place was
I-
a little sketch.
You know what, though? Sketchy is kind of our thing, though.
Yeah, and I don't think these guys do. That's true. That's where we live.
We live in sketchy. We go
Sketch
into
is what we live for.
abandoned asylums. I mean, that's kind of our thing.
True
Yeah.
story. But overall, would you haunt or ghost?
I would haunt.
Christy?
I think I'm ghosting.
She's ghosting. I would haunt. So we got 2 out of 3. We're haunting. Christy will
Yeah.
stay in the car.
You know what?
I'll be the getaway driver.
We should make her go in the winter and see if her feelings are different.
True.
You know what I mean?
It's a
Maybe
good experiment.
Maybe if it was cold outside and then you walked into this lovely warm pizza shop, you'd enjoy it more.
Maybe.
And none of these places deliver to us. We've checked in certain places, like in Gettysburg, we wanted them to deliver, and they're like, no, we don't do that. Come pick it up. So I would say all of these pizza places that we go to, we are in-house picking up this pizza and taking it with us. So I wonder if the delivery would change any of that. Just not knowing,
Right.
what the place was and just having a blank pizza come
yeah,
to our door.
like that.
I don't know.
Influencing.
Yeah.
Well, as we found out, like smells affect my score.
Apparently, multiple places.
yeah,
Smells
definitely.
and temperature in the joint. For Steve, it's more about the guy sitting there has a
whole table to himself.
Yeah, I don't know.
We recommend it overall. Still,
Yeah.
Chrissy, 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, no, that's
Columbia
still
Pizza
decent.
Restaurant. Thank you very much. Other than that, please like and subscribe if you like what we're doing. Help us out. We love doing this, and we'd love to keep doing it. So
Yeah, it only takes just a second. Just go up there and hit it. And if you have any dungeon stories, let us know. We love dungeon stories as
we
well.
love Dungeons and Dragons also.
Oh, we do.
Dragons included. Any dragon stories, we'll take those too.
Yeah, sounds good.
I got a dragon story for Lancaster for another day.
All right.
Oh,
Just saying.
sounds good.
Sleep on that.
All right, everybody, join us next time. You crave a slice of the paranormal.
Pew, pew, pew.
Dragons.